Let's go.
All right. Hello. Good evening. Welcome to another live episode of the O&G Strike Zone. Bryan Fulford, Kelvin Rozier in the building, in the house.
And you know this. Congratulations, Bryan. Who knew Indiana was a football state?
I told everybody last year, but I guess being in the Natty 2 years in a row, folks had to see it to believe it twice. But
some folks say, you root for the home team. I mean, the home state. There's only one orange and green I root for, so it didn't bother me.
Yeah, look, needless to say, it was. I have so many thoughts and really watching it transpose and the way it all occurred. It brought back a lot of thoughts about our championship from a couple years ago. It also brought about a lot of thoughts of things that did not happen in the celebration. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Let me see. Test 1, 2. I'm seeing a couple people saying, Ken saying he can't hear us. I hear you, Kelvin.
I hear you fine.
Not sure.
I'm thinking it might be on Ken.
Hopefully it's on Ken.
Check and make sure it's on you. It ain't on your end.
Yeah, exactly. You guys in the chats, however and wherever you're watching, give me a thumbs up if the audio sounds good. If you're hearing me and you're hearing Kelvin, that's okay. Good. I'm hearing loud and clear. So we'll put the in-game chat feed up. A lot of thumbs up and everything. Yeah. So, but no, man. The world of college football, man. We could have a long podcast and show just on the world of college football in itself, hey, so much.
Things have changed, man. This transfer portal and NIL stuff, man, you're going to see more of this. Teams just pop out of nowhere. They win, and then we'll see if it can be maintained after that. But, it's pretty much pay for play now at that level.
The big thing that I heard someone say this, and this is what had me thinking about HBCUs, had me thinking about us. If you are an institution and you can do one or two things, or you got to get a couple things right. One, it emphasizes the importance of the coach that you get. Because, who knows, would Mario Cristobal have been able to get to the Natty with the roster that Indiana had? A lot of people seem to say no. So it underscores you don't have to have a plethora of 4 and 5 stars to be great. You do have to have good coaching, good development.
And in the other case, we have to say it, they definitely all year was consistent, had the best team. They played together as a team. But they were experienced. Right. They weren't 4 or 5 stars, but they sure was experienced.
They were experienced. That was the second part, is having being creative of how you build your roster. So as we watch our FAMU football team roster being built, right, we're watching and saying, we're watching the coaching, we're watching the assistant coaching, we're watching how this team is built, right? And then the last part I heard and this is the part that makes me kind of chuckle for our level. Man, it really is nice when you have a couple of really nice boosters with some deep pockets and a love for their alma mater.
Yeah. Hey, I saw. Now I was going to comment on that also. I was impressed with the turnout. It was a lot of what is that? Crimson or red? What color is Indiana?
Crimson and cream is what they, cream and crimson. Excuse me. Yeah,
it was a lot of cream and crimson.
But it underscores, for example, the comparisons for us. We know when we travel, we go back and think about the celebration bowl, right? We travel. Florida A&M alums and fans, we travel. Right? I mean, not at that scale. I mean, because they have a at our scale, you can travel, but we also have cachet and we have a name brand. 80,000 some alums, right?
Right.
Along with those 80,000 alums, you probably got times 2 or 3 of friends of FAMU, right? If you think about it, friends of FAMU, FOF. Yep. So all that to say is, how can you reach not only the alums but the FOFs, the friends of FAMU, and get them to buy in to the hype, right? So I say all that to say, while we are looking for the 1 or 2 big fish, we have to have that great support from not only us alums, but also friends of.
I think you just teed up our first guest to a T. I talked with him earlier today, and you right in his wheelhouse what he gonna preach about this all in and winning and what he want to project from our booster program to Rattler Nations and friends of Rattler Nation. So I 100% concur with you too.
Yeah. And that guest that Kelvin is speaking of coming up on tonight's show is the president of our Rattler Booster Club, Zacahry Ansley. Will be coming on at the bottom of the hour to talk about the Rattler Boosters. And, look, I it's one of the things that we have to get behind and support. The Rattler Boosters are the only direct support organization for FAMU athletics. And so, great questions. You guys have questions about the Booster Club, how you can be a part. What, more importantly, maybe as we go into 2026, a lot of you may be asking, why should I be a member of the Booster Club? So this would be a great time to ask those questions and to hear from the president himself and find out why you should be a member of the Boosters, So, yeah, we look forward to talking to Mr. Ansley about that coming up. Also in hour 2, confirmed, our head bowling coach. We only have a women's bowling team, but Coach Jeramy Williams will be making another appearance on the ONG. And, wow, the bowling team.
Pretty good
very
weekend.
Competitive this season. Yeah,
absolutely. I can't wait to talk to him because, as you know, he's building. This is essentially his first season, and he has around 7 freshmen. If I looked at the roster correctly,
I think you're right. About 7 or 8. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. So we'll talk to Coach Jeramy Williams in hour 2. Might even have a couple other surprises. We won't even mention it. And we'll wait to see if it happens. If it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, you'll never miss it because we're not going to mention it. So you want to be tuned in hour 2, some way or another. So don't drift off. And also in hour 2, I think we may have Marcus Green joining us in hour 2. Right.
So that's so that's that. But hey, hit the thumbs up and the like button. However you're watching us. Hello to all the friends watching us on the Jericho Broadcast Network, Black College Sports Network YouTube page, My JBN Online, where you can go and join and be a member. Got a couple of new or returning members that joined in this year. Makiba West, thank you for being a JBN member. Also, Mary 305 being a new member as well. So, definitely thank you, Makiba. Thank you for becoming a member of our JBN YouTube page. Thank you, Mary 305 as well. And we'll get, as we go through the roll call, we always like to shout out our JBN Black College Sports Network YouTube feed subscribers. You're donating a cup of coffee every month. It helps. And so we appreciate all of you who make that financial commitment. Those of you who always want to drop a note in. Hold on, I got another one that I want to give a shout out to, and here if I can quickly find it real quick. Let me see if I can, how quickly I can pull it up here. Well, I'll try to find it. While I'm finding it, Kel, why don't you give the people the update on how the weather, and I only mention that because I know some of you in our space, you're going to have some weather system coming through your area, possibly.
Just not just coming up, which this Monday and Tuesday that's coming, cold weather supposed to be here. It gets in the lows in the 20s, but this past Monday and Tuesday, there was some snow in the area. Now Tallahassee only got rain, but
on the border,
snow, I think. Taylor County to Marietta, all the way back west, they actually got some snow. Snow in Florida 2 years in a row. Who would have thunk it? So yeah, some cold weather supposed to be coming in. It's going to be 70 tomorrow, and I think through Saturday, and then that front comes through, and by Monday it's down to 28. So,
good Lord. So yeah, in the chat, feel free to go ahead and let us know if you are one of those folks where the storm. Let's see, Mr. Campbell said it's from Texas to North Carolina, coming almost across the in the northern part of Alabama, Mississippi. The state of Tennessee looks like it's going to get wrecked. That's the one consistent thing I can say. When you look at the weather models, the state of Tennessee, there's no hiding. So, I mean, God bless and stay warm and safe if you are in the path of what'll probably be a heavy ice storm that'll be kicking up. No doubt.
Be safe, stay warm.
Yeah, definitely.
Pay your utility bills because you need your heat.
You know what's funny? I got that good old reminder call. I was just like, oh yeah, let me go.
You might want to do that.
Why they want to call me and they know we're not gonna get hit like that in Orlando, but they felt the need to call me. I'm like, why? Oh yeah, for you can get my automatic withdrawal, huh? Yeah, okay. All right, Emmett's in Nashville. Be safe in Nashville. Gail is in Cleveland. Gail, she says she's already getting it. So be safe up there, Gail, in Cleveland. Let's see. Little Baby says they're playing it by ear. So, yeah. Oh, no. He's just saying we're playing it by ear in hour 2.
Yeah, we were talking about that hour 2.
Oh,
anticipating the special guests.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, we're just going to play it by ear. All right, let's get into it, though. We'll come back to the shout-outs. Hello to everybody. Anybody I missed. I'm going to just quickly give a shout-out to the folks as I'm seeing them roll. Kenneth Rozier, Jimmy Mack, Bulls in the building, in the house. Melissa Wilson, Marvin Allen, Steve Campbell, Meredith. Thanks for being a JBN subscriber. Emmett, B. Starks, another JBN subscriber. DQ Will, JT in the house. Marcus JY, thank you, Marcus, for being a JBN subscriber. Ashton Harris in the house. I'll star that one. What is Jimmy? Let me see. Anybody else? Let me see. Tamara T, thanks for being a JBN subscriber. Thank you, Tamara. Ron Jab, Lee ZW6WQ. That's all kinds of stuff. What up, Lee? Live for Hoops. Stay warm, Liv. In the house. Good to see you, Liv. Stay warm up there. Lawrence Brown, Sr. in the building. Good to see you. Thank you.
Olivia, keep your papers on you. Because it's rough up there in Minneapolis and St. Cloud right now.
Boy, look. Joel Banks in the house. Kerry Douglas. Tim Young on Facebook. Good to see you, Tim. Ron Jabs on Facebook as well. Again, want to remind everybody you can always be a part of the show with the chats on Facebook and YouTube. I see them all. I think even Twitter. If you were on Twitter on the computer, I don't know about the mobile, but I know definitely from your computer you can be a part of the chats there. Sweet, good to see you, Sweet. Checking in as well. NC Rattler in the house. Anybody else? Little Baby, James Austin. James Austin kind of trolling you there, Mr. Kelvin, on that. Worried about you Falcon fans.
Yeah. I'm not doing well.
EA.
That's all I
EA
got.
is in the house as well. Yeah, we won't talk about that. The high. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about what the hottest story and the hottest. Hold on. Where is it at? The hottest story and the hottest ticket right now happening in basketball, HBC basketball, SWAC basketball. It's got to be the men, the FAMU Rattlers, who put another 2 in a row on the board. Now up to another 2 in a row on the road. This time at UAPB on a Saturday, and then against Valley on Monday. The win streak is up to 4. The Rattlers are sitting right now 4-1, tied for first place with Bethune and Jackson State, 7-9 overall, just sitting 2 games under 500. Taking a quick look at some of the statistical numbers from the UAPB game. Final score 71-67. A closer ball game. Again, UAPB, I believe, coming into this game. Huh?
Yeah, they got a tough squad, man.
They were averaging averaging about 80. I saw in conference play about 80-something, 86 a game in conference games. I'm looking it up now. At least going into that game. Now it's kind of dropped a little bit thanks to FAMU. But it was definitely 80-something a game in conference play going in. You can see, from the three-point arc, we held them 35%. Wasn't our, what's interesting though, Kelvin, when you look at the statistics, it wasn't our greatest three-point shooting game, and uncharacteristically, not one of our greater free throw shooting games either.
So here's where I'm gonna give my commentary. I'm gonna jump in real quick, because my first observation about this team is now seeing them go on a roll and having this 4-game win streak. They have a larger margin of room for error than we initially anticipated. We done seen them win games where, like against Grambling, where they put up 90, and then they play a team like UAPB who can put up points in Valley, and you hold them, on the 70 and 50. I mean, we can win games a lot of ways. We don't have to shoot 3-pointers at a high clip to win. That's the beauty. Our defense travels wherever we go. And, even in this game, our turnovers was kind of up more than usual. And we've seen us win with our big and foul trouble and having that big. So we win a lot of ways. The key is, though, we win and we show composure down the stretch. Now, we made our free throws at the end when we needed to. And I think I've seen a lot of people. I saw your show Sunday, and I know a lot of people are frustrated with how the game is being officiated in the SWAC right now. They're calling a lot of fouls, man. One of these games, I can't remember which one it was. But they call like 40 fouls on one team and 30-something on the other. It's just the officiators, they're too involved in the game, in my opinion. They're calling everything right now, and it's just killing the flow sometimes.
this was a game, and I wish I had the video. Obviously, statistically, it was about as even a game as you can imagine. It came down to shot making.
Mm-hmm.
That we
Particularly last
traded
3-4 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in the last minute, I'm just looking
Yeah.
here at I'm going back here and I'm looking at the final minute. There were 1, 2, 3, 4 lead changes in the final minute. Excuse me. Of course, Jordan Chapman hits the big 3 with 5 seconds left to put FAMU up 70-67. But you had shot making all down the stretch. I mean, Anthony Knowles coming in with 14 seconds left, hit a big shot.
That's the other beauty. The other beauty of our team from an offensive standpoint is there's not one guy you can kill. I mean, we have 4 and 5 guys who average double digits, and any of them going to get hot at one time. Chapman and Sanders tend to be more of your 3-point marksman, and then you got Dominant in the middle, which I mean he's a physical big, and as long as he's not in foul trouble, he's very productive, man, and give us a lot of second chance points too. And then you got Shirley, who's capable. He's just not, honestly, he's not as aggressive as he probably should be with some of his shot selection. And then you got Octave, who's a total X factor because he can handle the ball and he can defend the best guard on the other team. But he's shown that he's capable of going off from 3. And his game more is one of a slasher, but he's put in the work and developed that 3-point shot. So, we're a tough team to defend.
Yeah, in this particular game, we got Antonio Baker back. Hadn't seen him in the last couple of games. Washington wasn't available or didn't play this series. So of course, he played good minutes at home against Grambling State and Southern, but we didn't see him make any significant time at all. Not sure if he even made the road trip. Somebody in the chat, you guys may know for sure. But as you can see, Jaquan Sanders, I'm just looking to see, was that a team high or a game high? It was actually a game high. Game high, 18 points, 5 of 11 from the field, 4 of 8 from the arc, a perfect 4 for 4 at the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Jordan Chapman with 17 in 27 minutes of action. He was 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from the 3-point arc with 5 rebounds. And then Miles Ndalma again with 15 in 31 minutes, 4 rebounds to boot. Somebody mentioned Shirley in the chat. Shirley had a good game, 8 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. So just a very balanced game for Shirley. B. Stark says Washington was there, but not dressed. So appreciate the heads up on that, B. And so then coming out of that game, we go to Valley to take on Mississippi Valley State. And first half, we jumped on them early. Mm-hmm. We were blazing hot early in this contest, jumping up as high as 13-3. I've even got some video for that game for those of you who are interested and may have missed it. But we jumped on them early in this contest. Let me see if I can pull up the numbers.
While you're doing that, this game here was the outlier in conference play thus far for us. We did not play well this game, and we still led by double digits the entire game pretty much. But we, as you saw, we shot under 30% from 3-point range. We turned the ball over quite a bit. I our free throw shooting was fine, but we ended up scoring barely 60 points, but we held them under 50. So
under 50, yeah.
Our defense was it was stellar.
Yeah, getting off to a big start the way we did. I mean, a 13-2 start. I mean, that's the kind of start you want to have in a ball game. Let me see. As we watch it, it may have got even higher than that, up to 15. Yeah, 15-2. I mean, we outscored them 35-17 in the first half of the ball game. But as you mentioned, Kelvin, from the 3-point arc, we shot just 29% from the arc. Wow. 80% at the free throw line, though, but we out-rebounded them 44-27. Still had a high number of turnovers, 19 turnovers in the game.
Yeah.
So, when you kind of look at it and go back and say, okay, but this, look, I mean, we can nitpick all we want, but this is solid performance.
Absolutely. When it ain't easy, and winning on the road definitely ain't easy. And adjusting to the different styles of plays and how the official aid is calling the game. All that plays into it, and you winning by double digits. So, yeah, there's nothing to complain about. You're going to have those type of games. That's basketball.
I was looking at the SWAC statistics on the 3-point shooting because if I'm not mistaken, Sanders has got to be one of the tops in the conference right now. I'm just kind of looking. Actually, he's there are a few guys who are dropping a little bit better than him, which just seems surprising. We'll see a couple of them coming up this weekend from Jackson State. But Sanders is shooting 38% from the 3-point arc on the year. But he does lead the conference in 3-point field goals per game.
Okay.
Yeah. He's tied at about 3 per game, and that's in conference games. So right now I'm only looking at conference stats. But overall, let me see. In total, how many 3-pointers did we have in total in this contest? Only 6 of 21. You saw a lot of them there early there. 6 of 21. So
yeah, overall, we got good looks. We got good looks. It just the shots they just stopped dropping after the first quarter.
Yeah.
And then that was on a Monday. Martin Luther King Day is valid. There ain't much environment there. I'm sure that they got up big, and the focus probably, went away too.
Hey, give me a over under on how many people you think was there as you look at the video clips.
Let's
you
go,
guys in chat.
Let's go 90. Let's go.
Without looking at the box score. Without you guys looking at the box score.
Let's go 97.
90.
That including the coaches and the team too.
NC Rattler, you're being kind. 500 is awfully high. I'm gonna just tell y'all now, way high. Yeah, it was definitely under 500. You guys are being way generous. 200. That's a little closer, Hollow. 200 is a little closer. The official stat book. NC Rattler. You must have looked. NC Rattler. The official stat book says 167 people. Yikes. 167.
Yeah, that game should have been moved up to like no later than 4 p.m.
Right. There you go. B-Star said it was the same time as the national championship game.
That's why it should have been moved up. Yeah.
Yeah. Valley should have done what Alcorn and them did. Alcorn moved their game up, and I think Jackson had moved. Jackson State had a home game too. I think they moved theirs up. So, but it is.
Nah, theirs was scheduled for 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, needless to say, the Rattlers are now 4-1 in conference play. Again, I had the standings graphic here, but I'll just, in case those of you have been in a tunnel somewhere, tied for first place with Bethune and Jackson State. Winners of 4 in a row. The only team in the SWAC with a 4-game winning streak. I think everybody else is kind of flirting with two wins after the weekend. All those schools that won games. So yeah. We'll talk about our upcoming opponents. Got a home series coming up for the men Saturday and Monday. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. And of course, we'll get to the women. We don't want to forget our women's basketball team. They had in my opinion, a good weekend. They split. It went 1-1.
Yeah.
We'll talk about, we'll talk about that. I think when you have these weekend, and then when you look at it, Kelvin, when you look at the loss, and then you look at one particular factor in that loss, you say, okay, I get it. You hate that it happened, but it's very rare that happens.
You have a bad half, and I think we'll talk about it, but I think our substitution pattern got off that second half too. We had, tonight our point guard only got 26 minutes that game, and she wasn't in foul trouble.
Yeah. All right, let's take our first break, and hopefully we'll have our first guest, Zacahry Ansley, to join us coming up after the break. And of course, he's the president of our Rattler Boosters, and we'll get a chance to talk with him, and we'll hear not only about the All-In Restore to Strike campaign, but we'll find out what he has planned for the Boosters here in 2026. And we'll find out why it's important that we all be members of the Rattler Boosters. So hang tight. You're watching the O&G Strike Zone right here on the Black College Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically Black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU stories with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
So we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell your mama hungry.
It's the 37th Annual Zora Festival. It's in Edenville, Florida, Saturday, January 31st and February the 1st. On Saturday, the all-white party tribute to Frankie Beverly with bass guitarist Jubu. Bread. Sunset. And Taisha Williams. And on Sunday, the Line Dance Party Live with Jeter Jones. Mike Clark Jr. And Boss Lady Coco. Tickets available at zorafestival.org.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
All right, welcome back to the O&G Strike Zone. Bryan Fulford, Kelvin Rozier here with you. Coming up, we believe in this segment here in the bottom of the hour, Mr. Zacahry Ansley, at least that's what we have scheduled, president of our Rattler Boosters. So we hope to have him on soon. I want to give a shout out to the folks checking in the chat room on YouTube or Facebook. I see Chuck Hunt checking in. Good evening, Chuck, on Facebook, watching Monroe from Monroe, Louisiana. Alfred Palmore checking in for the first time. Hollow checking in as well. So a few more folks getting in the chat. So it's good to see you all as well. The transfer portal did close on Friday or Saturday. So was it Saturday? So I haven't seen the official numbers or the latest numbers in terms of how many student athletes are in the portal looking for new homes. We did see a few guys make a sort of a flip at the last minute. You know what, Kelvin, there's a story that just as I'm talking about the portal, and those of you who may or may not be following it, and I only mention it because obviously everything that happens in college sports will somehow trickle down to our level. But have you paid attention to the story regarding the Duke quarterback?
Yeah, very interesting. He signed with back with Duke, evidently during sometime shortly after the season, and then people are saying it's Miami, but evidently someone offered him more money, and he had committed to going there, and now Duke is suing him because he essentially saying he had a contract with them. And so
wait a minute, he's not now. Nothing has been official. The rumor was Miami, but you're saying there's another school that's in play other than Miami?
No. I was saying that Miami is the school that they are.
The rumored school is Miami.
Right.
So yeah, he apparently put himself in the portal a month after making a commitment, and now he had signed a 2-year NIL agreement with Duke. And so now Duke seems to want to hold him to that. And also I read there was maybe some buyout clauses or some things that, you know, Miami or whoever the school is. I mean, again, it's rumored to be Miami, but we don't know for sure. But it just brings back that thought of holding players accountable. And we're in this world where, hey, guess what? Contracts are being signed. And yeah, you know, you've got NIL agreements, which now have to clear the CLC. Anything over $600 has to clear the CLC. And I I read a report that they had rejected several $1 million worth of deals that I think, I don't know if they were fraudulent, but there were errors. There was something not quite right about them. But I don't know, just an interesting thought on where we are these days, where schools are holding players accountable to their contracts.
Yeah, and I think where it's headed, Bryan, frankly, is they're gonna have to at the Power 4, Power 5 level, if they're gonna treat kids like employees, they're gonna have to collect the bargain that they can't have it both ways. Absolutely, they can't have it both ways.
That's a heck of a large student body population. They do the collective bargaining at the we hear about that term used at the professional level, but man, how many student athletes are there? And talk about representation. I mean, the football players' interests are totally different than the basketball players' interests, than the softball girls' interest, than the volleyball girls' interest. You know what I'm saying? It's like, do you collective bargain per sport? Or, I mean, because I don't think you can do it as an entire student athlete body. You know what I'm saying? For example, FAMU has 300 student athletes plus, right?
Right.
But all different in terms of their needs. They're all different in terms of the revenue they generate.
Mm-hmm.
And
the quarterback is the elite position, so they're the one really getting the money, but not at the level, but not everybody's getting that kind of money. So
right.
some kind of way they have to differentiate those franchise type players who are getting paid those 6 figures from the ones on the same team that maybe get 4 figures.
Yeah. Nehemiah, great comment here. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I don't know if when we say falling behind, are we really falling behind within our market? Again, we are not in the Power 4, Power 5 market. We are not even in the Group of 5 market.
I'm hopeful one of these next 2 guests hop on shortly, because I've heard their comments on this, and I would say we're within our market, but we're not at the top of our market, no, at all. And which is why this all-in fundraiser and what we're doing is happening. Frankly, we have lost some players, not just the Power 5 or Group of 5. We've lost some players within the SWAC. So we're not where we need to be. Let's put it that way.
All right. Well, a few other people saying that we are falling behind. So I think our next guest is popped in and he's ready to join us. So without further ado, let's welcome into the ONG Strike Zone for the first time none other than the president of our Rattler Boosters, Mr. Zacahry Ansley. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the ONG Strike Zone. Can you hear us? Hold on. We got you on mute there. You can hear us, Mr. Ansley? Oh, you're on mute. Let me see if you can
take your microphone off for one. Oh, cut it on. Cut it. There you go. All right. Can you hear us?
Pro D.
There you go.
All right. We hear you.
We hear you. Do you hear us, sir? Mr. Ansley, do we have you? Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we got you.
Hello.
Yes. He's not hearing us. Mr. Ansley, are you hearing us?
Let me text him.
All right. Yep. I'm going to give you a chance to do that, to text him real quick, and we'll see. We were hearing him, though. We'll just kind of keep going here with the discussion here. A lot of you guys now. I do agree with Nehemiah's comments about the budget, and we're talking about, are we falling behind? So within the SWAC, and we talk about our budget. Now, the budget, of course, that part coming from the university, right? We are behind. It seems like if you were to look at, well, I don't know, are we necessarily behind or are we in the middle? I think we're in the middle, aren't we, Kelvin? I'd say, because the athletic budget
within our conference?
Yeah, we're about 10 to 12 mil in the conference.
Yeah, I think what they put was like 11 something, 11.6, 11.7.
But that's about middle of the road in the conference. There are schools doing spending less or have a smaller budget than us.
Well, and then it's not necessarily apples to apples, because you take a school like BCU, private, and their scholarship dollars are more expensive because they are more expensive to go to school there.
Right.
So we'll, our budget needs to be between 15 to 18 mil, though. That's what it needs to be. That's what we got to get it to.
Gotcha. Let's see. He's still in the chat. What are you getting from him as you're communicating with him? Because I know I see that his screen, I got him in the green room. His screen is in. That would be a great question. I missed the 220 club today, and I know AD VP IA John Davis was at the 220 club. I didn't get a chance to watch that today. I had practice and then kind of running around afterwards. Did you get a chance to watch? You guys in the chat, you guys get a chance to watch? What were your general thoughts and impressions? Did anybody bring up the discussion of budgets and the budget?
I was able to. I didn't watch this, but I was able to read Gerald's recap of some of it, and I was at the press conference and heard a lot of what was said. And I like what I hear in terms of basically institutionalizing and modernizing what we do and trying to set up the program for excellence on field, in the classroom. All that sounds real good.
It does sound good.
What's the plan? And what's our benchmarks? When we gonna get there? The devil is in the details. That's what I'm waiting on.
Okay.
And I don't know if he can hear us or not. You want to check and see?
Well, I'm looking. I think he's gone. He's not. He's not in the. I see him in the green room.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I would encourage you guys, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch the replay. The Eddie Jackson 220 Quarterback Club. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Facebook, I'm sure, as well. But I'm seeing a lot of people. Rick Kinsey said he did a good job. So good reviews. That's definitely. I will make a point to watch the replay when I get a chance. But it sounds like it was overall. I'm seeing lots of good comments. So that's great.
Yeah. He does seem. I'll say he does seem to have a good understanding of what athletics should look like, and he obviously did some research on that. We just gotta see, can he build those relationships and network? Can he fundraise? Can he institutionalize those controls within the university, the things that we control, so that we can maximize those and synchronize those areas where need be and modernize it. But yeah, and I'll be all on board with that. But you know, we give them the opportunity.
All right. Let's while we try to figure out some of the situations going on with our guest and his connection, let's get into talking. Let's recap a little bit of the women's basketball weekend action from Thursday as well as on Saturday. The Lady Rattlers on Thursday of last week. But I think this was a season high, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna go back and it felt like a season high. I'm gonna go back and quickly look at the schedule, but they put up 88 points. Let me see in their wins. It was a season high. A season high 88 points against Mississippi Valley State, where you had a pair of Rattlers score over 20. Shania McCarthy scored 23 with 8 rebounds. Tanija Purefoy with 22 and 8 assists. The team, again, another high level of free throw shooting, 82%, 30%, 31% from the three-point arc, 44% from the field goal area. Your thoughts on the game against Valley? I think we had a couple other young ladies in double figures. Yep, Camille Jackson and Maya Giles Jones both scored 13 each.
It was my favorite game of the season so far for the women for multiple reasons. They faced some adversity early. There was quite a few fouls that were called. Valley got up and
in the second quarter, at 13 points.
Yeah, with about 4 or 5 minutes left in this, before half, and we had 2 people in foul trouble, and it was looking rough. And then we closed the last 2 minutes of that half, closed that 13-point lead to 5.
Right,
and I knew, coming out of the second half, because our rotations were all because of the foul trouble and everything, we had to sit people, that we'll be in position to make a run. That third quarter was the best basketball I've seen our women play in probably since Liv was playing for us. That third quarter, they put up 29 points.
Outscored them 29-13 in the third quarter.
Yeah, they put what's happening on them in that third quarter, and then put another 22, I believe, in the fourth.
Yes, 25-22 in the so we put up 25 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, man, that second half against Valley, those ladies were just locked in, and the formula that we have to win with this team. Now, I mentioned it with the men's team, they have a large area of window to a lot of ways they can win. The one is real tight with the ladies, but they were in their wheelhouse in this game when they take the right shots, and I love that, all their wings, they understand what shots to take, even though they don't make them at a high clip percentage wise. Typically, it's important that they take those open shots, because that allows our big and our wings are very athletic. That allows them to get those rebounds and some fouls and putbacks and some kickouts to shooters. And so that second half of that Valley game, that was some beautiful basketball, and we were making shots along with it.
I love that comment, NC Rattler, because it brings up a point about staying in our wheelhouse that I want to add to. Kelvin, we were 4-13. You look at the field 3-point percentage, right? 31%. It's not great. 4-13. I don't think we forced a lot of threes. Right. And you mentioned the mid-range game of Camille and Shania McCarthy. And I would say Maya as well, M1. I mean, she's got a nice mid-range game. I mean, I'm looking at Maya and Camille were both 5 of 8 from the field. No 3-point attempts. They're both 3 or 4 from the free throw line. So to me, that's telling me they're not forcing shots that are outside of. I'm not saying that they can't shoot them, can't make them, but hey, if they're
It's
just
not
as
their
effective.
Yeah.
And this team, hold on. While I'm looking in the SWAC stats, I feel like we are one of the top free throw shooting teams in the conference. I just feel that way.
They do that at an elite level for sure.
I'm gonna pull up the stats here. Free throws. Yeah, exactly. Here it is. Boom. Team free throw percentage right here on the SWAC website. We are shooting as a team in conference play 81%, which is the league best. The second best team is shooting 74%, 74.4. That's amazing. That's amazing. And that, right now, that's a big part of this team's success. After the win against Valley, it was our third win in a row. Then we went over to Arkansas and played the first game of the double against Arkansas Pine Bluff, and didn't have quite the same level of success. It was a close game. We did lose by 10, but
just a bad second half. You just couldn't make anything.
Yeah, the third quarter we got blitzed. We had a 9-point lead at the half. 9-point lead at halftime. Got outscored 24-14 in the third quarter. So we're down 1 at the end of the third. And then
we let one player pretty much. It was only one player who's got hot start making threes for them, for Pine Bluff.
Yeah, Jaliyah Pelly. I mean, if I heard her name one more time called in that game, Pelly this, Pelly that, Pelly. Pelly was killing it in that contest. She had a game-high 23. She was 6 of 8 from the arc. They had another young lady, Jasmine Davis. She was 4 for 9 from 3. And this might have been one of Tanija Purefoy's lowest producing games, and she only scored 2 points.
Right. Only played 26 minutes, I believe.
Yeah. So I mean, that part was kind of
and when they created the separation, when they came back and took the lead from us in the third quarter, she was off the floor a lot. So I don't know if something else was, maybe she was under the weather. I don't know what the case was, but she was not on the floor as much as we're used to seeing on the floor for sure.
We're used to having her on the floor close over 30. And why was she not playing as much? We don't know. She did have it wasn't a foul situation because she only had 2. So, for whatever reason that she was not there in the contest, it mattered because statistically she's averaging. Hold on, what is she averaging on the season? I'll tell you here. I think it's probably right now she's averaging 10 a game. So, you're talking, and in conference play it's probably a little bit more. So we're definitely missing her production. So, all right. So that we went 1-1. So not bad.
We got to split.
3-game winning streak comes to an end.
We defended home. We got to split on the road. So we're in good shape right now. Now we got to defend home starting tomorrow against JSU.
Yeah. We'll talk some more about that coming up. All right. I think we got Mr. Ansley in. Fingers crossed. Let's see what we got here. Hello there, Mr. Ansley.
Boy, finally. How you doing, man?
All right.
Challenging for me to get in.
The devil is a liar. We got you.
We're doing well. We know sometimes that the internet don't want to let us be great sometimes. We understand, and our computers as well. Well, welcome to the ONG, sir.
I appreciate you putting it on the internet.
How are you doing this evening?
Thank you.
Great. Well, of course, for those of you who may not know, Mr. Ansley is the president of the Rattler Boosters. Why don't you kind of give us a little bit of your background and a little bit of your FAMU story, if you would, Mr. Ansley, as we get started with you.
All right. Some of you all may know me. I've been a member of the Rattler Booster organization now for about 2.5 years. Our former president, Mr. Selvin Cobb decided, and I decided that we want to connect with our Rattler Booster members, the current ones, and those are our life members, Venom members, subscribing life members, annual, and students. We want to give them information, and my desire is to do that on at least a monthly basis of what we are doing as Rattler Booster, as a Rattler Booster organization, so that you'll know what's going on. Secondly, we want to be somewhat aggressive at trying to recruit new booster members. Right now, we've got about 290 life members and approximately a little over 75 annual members at $100 plus. But the funds that we raise, please understand, nobody on this booster board gets paid for anything. Every dollar we raise goes to athletic events. That is both revenue producing sport, of which we have primarily 3. The football team, girls and boys basketball team. The other sports really don't produce revenue, but we do help them in their endeavor to supply the needs of students. The other thing that we want to do is to make sure that we do a good job of recruiting more booster members. I particularly take it personally that we only have overall about 300 booster members in our organization. Now, that being said, we got a big job ahead of us because we want to be able to fund Rattler athletic sports. Football provides most of the revenue. That being said, there is a fundraiser going on right now called Restore the Strike. And I'm sure that some of you all, or most of you all have heard about it. That fundraising venture the goal is to raise fun things, at least in football. We don't want to stop there. But this is crucial. This is very crucial. Quinn Gray might be a good coach. He was definitely a good football player, but he can do no good if he doesn't have student athletes that he can coach that are competitive on the field. So that $250,000 that we're trying to raise by January 31st is crucial. And we need your support.
Well said. And just to let everyone know, up in the let me get this out. In the upper right corner of your screen is a QR code to scan and be a part of the All-In Restore the Strike campaign. The last couple of weeks we've had on guests to promote this. Last week, we had on Marvin Green. We pushed over the 300 donor mark, but we're still a ways away from the goal. So I'm sure there's somebody watching right now who has not contributed. It doesn't have to be the $250 if you don't have it. We'll take any amount that you have that you want to give. It's all going towards the Restore the Strike campaign. So we need more donors. That's the thing. We want to keep pushing that number up. So just wanted to make everybody who's watching our show aware of that. Go ahead, Kelvin, with your next with the question there for Mr. Ansley.
Yeah, you trying to take Mr. Ansley thunder, because we talked earlier, and that's some of the things that he specifically mentioned. We were, last time I checked before we came on, I think we were over 151,000. So it's time for everybody to kick in and get it done. I want you to expand upon some of the things you shared with me earlier, Ms. Ansley, in terms of the importance of giving whatever you have and the urgency of now.
Do we have you? I know we're dealing with a few delays there with our communication. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Kip.
Yeah, the floor is yours.
We have over 144,000
Kelvin, let me do
Those
this.
of you who do not know, you can have a
Yeah,
all right, let's do, Kelvin. Let me do this. Yeah, let me do this for a second. I want you to reach out to Mr. Ansley here in the break and see what we can do with the signal, because I know he's got some important stuff, and I feel like it keeps pausing. The signal is not coming through very, very good, so it kind of keeps pausing.
Fading in and out.
Yeah, so let's see what we can do on the back end.
Hey, our special guest finna hop in too, so bring him on soon.
Yeah. I was gonna go to a break.
Okay.
To give you a chance to call Mr. Ansley, let him know that, and then when we come back, we got a special guest joining the ONG. So hold tight, Rattler Nation. Buckle in. Tell a friend. Get logged in. We all in. Coming in on the other side of this break. That's all I'm going to tell you. Right here on the ONG Strike Zone. Bryan, Kelvin, and our head ball coach will be joining us on the other side. You're watching the ONG Strike Zone right here on the Black College Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment.
This is Bryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a state, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
Let's talk about a couple things. As the leader of this program, let me help you understand who I am not. I am not the 19-year-old Quinn Gray that played against Youngstown State over 30 years ago. If you are still living in that decade, shame on you. I am not the Quinn Gray who was getting his first coaching role here in 2010, 2011. I am not that Quinn Gray. I am the Quinn Gray who's a Division II national championship coach, who just led a school to 12 wins, the highest wins in a university's history. And I am a leader of men that is going to take this program back to where it wants and needs and always should be, and that's at the top, not only of HBCU football, but FCS football.
And with that said, we want to welcome back onto the show our coach, who's going to put FAMU, as he said, back where it rightfully belongs, at the top of the FCS world.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest. Coach Quinn Gray. Coach, how you doing tonight? Thank you for joining and coming back on the show.
Man, I'm doing just fine, man. I'm glad to be back. I gotta apologize sincerely about last week. So just, this thing has been a whirlwind with the portal and dealing with recruiting and all that good stuff. So I do apologize about last week and apologize for being a little late tonight because I'm just getting down to South Florida, trying to get some high school guys lined up for us to bring in on visits on next week. So, it's an important time of the year for us right now. So we're working diligently.
Well, we understand that, Coach. So, we definitely don't want to interfere or disrupt any of that. What you're doing is way more important, man. But we appreciate you could give us some of your time, and we look forward to partnering with you and making sure, man, that we communicate with Rattler Nation. We get the things out that you want out directly to our fans and alumni.
Absolutely.
Coach, let me go back to that clip, that press conference. That was a bar, by the way. Where did that come from? People will say, you won the press conference. We understand that, but that was a mic drop. Was that something? Where did that come from? Just take us behind the scenes, because I'm sure that was something that it felt like you've been sitting on for a minute.
Bryan, to be honest with you, man, it was something that's been sort of kind of festering for years, to be honest with you, simply because we sometimes people tend to hold on to things that they got to let go, right? And when it comes down to it, we all go through things in life that teaches us and gives us different experiences. And for me, as a player, that Youngstown State is one of the most gut-wrenching and difficult things that I had to deal with in my playing career. And to have people that continue to try and make me relive that by telling me how disappointed they were that they couldn't get and make reservations and things like that. That was almost 30 years ago of my life, and I've moved on. So I had to let people know that it's time to move on, because I ain't that same person. And it's the same thing with my first opportunity at FAMU, when I was just a position coach and worked under Coach Holmes and things like that, when I was just getting my first opportunity to be a collegiate head coach. And again, the experience and some of the things that I've been able to be a part of over the last 10 to 12 years has really shaped me to be the coach that I am today, and allowed me to lead a program to 12 wins and win an HBCU D2 national championship last year. So I just had to really just let people know, don't come at me with them same old ways that you think that who I used to be, because I ain't the same person I was yesterday. So I definitely ain't the same person I was 12 or 25, 26 years ago.
Amen. Amen. Well said, Coach. What has it been like in this new role and trying to not only get the staff together, but get the recruits and do all the planning? You've gone through this one time already. So did that previous experience of going through that when you were going to Alabama State, has that helped, or how is it different?
Well, for me, this opportunity is a little bit different, simply because, Albany State, we didn't have to deal with the money part of it when it comes down to what student athletes are asking for. When it comes down to Division II football, you got people and kids that really just want an opportunity to play the game of football. While we deal with different aspects of it and kids sort of kind of utilizing us as a farm system, that's sort of kind of the way that we had to present it. You come here and do some good things and help us win championships. Those Division I schools will come knocking at your door, and that's happening all across college football. It don't matter what you do or where you're at. If you can play football, those bigger schools go come find you. You know what I mean? So the biggest thing that's sort of kind of disappointing in this whole process is I want to say the undervalue of the education, right? And I think that's the part that's so disappointing in this thing. These young folks don't value the education that these institutions are able to give them. And for me, that's the biggest part for me when I talk to these student athletes, when I go in their homes and talking to their parents to try to help them understand there's still value to your education, because football ain't gonna last forever. And when it comes down to it, you got to be able to understand that everybody's not going to get $300,000-$400,000. It just ain't gonna happen, right? And if you do happen to get $200,000-$300,000, what are you doing with it, right? And then those kids that are averaging $25,000-$30,000 a year, that ain't enough, to be honest with you, to keep you going for the next 10-15 years. That's enough to get you through the year and make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do for your family. But at the end of the day, that's below minimum wage when it comes down to it. So and what's happening with some of these schools, they're not telling these kids that taxes come out of that, and sometimes they got to pay rent out of that, because a lot of things in these contracts aren't being read by these student athletes that don't have the knowledge or the awareness of how to read a contract when it comes from these institutions. So for me, just to understand and help these young men to just look beyond surface level, you know what I mean? Because you got to look deeper at this thing and how it works when it comes down to it, because it's so much deeper than just surface level and the money part of it, that we got to get our young men more educated about this process than they really are. So the other part of that is the staff has come together very nicely. Everybody is in the house, and it's just a matter of a couple of days that we'll get that part of it announced. But I'm excited about the staff. I'm excited about where we're headed, man, and I think we got a good chance to do some good things early on here.
Nice. Go ahead, Kelvin.
Coach, talk about your roster management. You coming in, you had to try to get some guys. You had some guys in the portal. You were able to talk to some guys, and they came back out. Then you got some guys who are transferring in, who committed. I know you're working with trying to get some high school kids in now. I saw where you talked about the talent, D2 talent moving up to this level and how that translates. Just talk about your roster management, what you're looking for, and all those different parameters.
Well, for all intent and purposes, Rozier, like, we know we need good football players. ain't no doubt about that. We need good football players, and the football players that were good for Florida A&M last year, we want to try and make sure that we keep them on our roster. While there are some good football players on our roster, I'm more interested in good people, right? So some of those good football players, just doing some research, weren't necessarily good people, and we let them go ahead on about their business, to be honest with you. So some of the guys that decided or got in the portal and ended up not being back, because I want to say, to be honest with you, all of them really wanted to be back, but some of them we didn't invite back because they weren't good teammates, they weren't good people, and that's just doing research, and that's what you got to do when you're trying to build a program. You got to do your research and understand who's going to be in your program, because you're trying to make sure that that proverbial word culture is where you want it to be. So for us, the guys that we did bring back and got out of the portal were guys that we felt were going to help us do the things that we needed to do to take that next step and get this program back where we needed to be. And then we had to go and find some folks out of the portal that fit into what we did from a academic and then from a athletic standpoint. You know what I mean? We had to find guys that fit into the FAMU way, because we all know FAMU is the Harvard of the South, or Harvard is the FAMU of the North. You know what I mean? Whichever way you want to think about it.
Right.
At the end of the day, FAMU has some really some great standards when it comes down to being admitted to the university. So we had to find folks that fit into that mold and make sure that we're bringing the right guys in here that are going to be able to withhold that standard of being academically sound in terms of the university. So we did some good things in that realm. Our coaches have scoured the portal and scoured the country in terms of just trying to find some good guys that are going to fit into our what we do from a program standpoint, then also just from a football standpoint. But for the most part, man, if we feel like if we get good people, we getting good football players, because at the end of the day, if you're a good person, we can mold you into the football player we want, as long as you're coachable and as long as you understand that the FAMU way is the only way if you plan on being here. So like we're doing, we're trying to get some, like you said, some of these high school kids that are sort of kind of that clay that we're gonna be able to mold and mold them into what we want them to be, versus having, you know, some of the transfers that are already set in their ways and things like that, because some of the transfers just came in and asked, what can you do for me? You know, what I can do for you is put you back on that plane and get you back where you came from, because that ain't really what we're about, to be honest with you. So at the end of the day, we did pick up some great talent in the portal, but we're also making sure that we're bringing the right people to Florida A&M that are going to do what they need to do for their academic prowess versus just what can somebody do for them from a financial standpoint.
Okay, and let me follow up with the roster management piece. Do you know where your numbers currently, and do you know how many you planning on signing with the net signing period?
Well, right now we're hovering around 80, 85, which is going to give us a good chance to have a good spring ball and evaluate the guys that are on the roster, because that's truly what it's about. It's about us being able to get through spring ball, evaluate the guys that are on campus, and hopefully we'll be able to sign about 15 or 20 guys from a standpoint of high school talent that'll be able to come in next year and compete, because as we know, with the advent of the portal, you know, there's some quality talent that's being left out for on the high school level that isn't getting the recognition that they normally would because of the portal. So we're able to bring in some better quality talent versus what it used to be in the past. So for us, we're making sure we're doing our due diligence and evaluating these high school kids from an academic standpoint, a social standpoint, and then most definitely from an athletic standpoint.
Okay.
Let me ask on that, following roster management, what are when you looked at your evaluation of what was here, what you're bringing in, what areas did you look at and say, we have to go and bring and get better in this area? Was it the trenches? Was it the receivers? Was it the DBs? Was it all of it? I don't know. A lot of, folks want specifics, Coach.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's all of it. But where we're going to start is in the trenches, because that's where the game's won, right? Although there were some good things that were done on the offensive side of the ball and defensive side of the ball in spurts last year, there's always room for improvement in the trenches. And that's where we're going to always start our evaluation of the program, in the trenches. How good are we and how good can we be? And where can we get to is where we really start our evaluation process with the team. So for us, it's really about being able to stop the run and rush the passer. So as we've seen, we've signed a couple guys that we feel like are going to get out after the passer. And then from the standpoint of protecting the quarterback and opening up some holes, we got some guys. I'm actually, when I get off of here, I got some paperwork to do in terms of scholarships, so I can get it out to these offensive linemen that have committed to us, so we can make sure we get them in the fold. But for the most part, for us, it's always going to start up front, protecting the quarterback, making sure we're opening holes, making sure we're stopping the run, and making sure that we can rush the passer is something that we're going to put a premium on, because that's where it truly starts. When it comes down to the wide receivers, man, and the skill guys, we always want guys that gonna make the explosives happen, right? Those wide receivers, those running backs that can take that thing to the house and not get caught after 40, 45 yards and take that thing 60, 65 is what we're truly interested in. And that's sort of kind of where we've been when it comes down to the guys that we've signed. There's a couple guys that Mike Peterson, Corey Petty, a couple of those guys. We got Quan Lee back in the fold that left a couple of years ago and didn't have the experience that he hoped for at Arkansas State. But, at the end of the day, Kanari Wilchers came out of the portal. So we're looking forward to making sure that we're putting these guys in great situations to be successful, more so from an academic standpoint, and then also from an athletic standpoint.
Nice.
Coach, let me jump in real quick. When you were evaluating and putting together the staff for this job, what are the qualities you were looking for? And I know one question I often get: do you plan to coach a position, or are you going to have position coach, OC, all that? What's your structure?
To answer your second question, we will have position coaches. I'll have a quarterback coach. I'll have a co-OC, but I do plan on, at least for this first season, calling it and making sure that we are in line with what we want to do from an offensive standpoint until I'm comfortable with handing those reins over to somebody that's on the staff that I can trust. Not that I don't trust them, but at the end of the day, when you've done something for so long, you want to make sure that you're in line with what it is and your thought process, and people are thinking the same way that you do. And I think I want to hope that by the middle of the year or the beginning of the season that I can do that, so I can concentrate and make sure that from a program standpoint and totality, that everything is running efficiently, but that I know it will because of the guys that we've got on the staff. But just from a standpoint of being efficient, being able to turn that over is something that I look forward to, because I've done it for the last 4 years, or whatever the case may be. So from that standpoint, when it came down to putting the staff together, obviously guys with Florida ties, right? Because we got to win back the state, and making sure that we're getting that quality talent out of the state of Florida. Far too many times you see too many schools that are in the SWAC coming to steal talent right out of the Big Bend area. And we want to make sure that we are keeping our quality talent in the Big Bend area and in Florida, if possible. Obviously, you ain't gonna get them all, but at the end of the day, we want to do our best and put our best foot forward and making sure that we're keeping our best talent here in the state and also in the Big Bend. But what you'll see from this staff is over 120 years of coaching experience and playing experience collectively. We got former professional professional athletes, possible future Hall of Famers from an NFL standpoint, local legends that'll definitely help in the recruiting of the Big Bend area, and then just guys that have done tremendous jobs on the collegiate level, leading those their respective places where they've been to championship type efforts. And that's more so what I look for when it came down to the staff, guys that are leaders of men, guys that have ties to the state of Florida, and then guys that had championship pedigree that would definitely lean to the success of Florida A&M University.
Coach, I think I read somewhere that the coaching staff will be officially announced sometime within I'm going to say a week is kind of what I read. Maybe I read that wrong. Does that sound about right?
If it's up to me, I'd have released it yesterday. No, I'm just joking. But
I was gonna say you can drop a name if you want to. Any HR approved name, Coach. You can drop a name if you want.
We're getting everything together. There's about one or two more guys that we got to just make sure paperwork and all that good stuff is situated. And I'd like to say hopefully by Friday we be able to announce the staff no later than early next week, so that we're able to continue to build that excitement about the program and where it's headed in the futures. But again, I think folks will be excited about the quality of coaches that we've been able to assemble here at Florida A&M with this first coaching staff. And I think, from a standpoint of understanding where some of these guys have been in their careers is really going to be exciting moving forward for the direction of the program.
Coach, I know you got to go, and I want you to make sure you get them scholarships to those guys.
I heard him say that, right?
For somebody beat them. But I have one final question before you get out of here. That final question is, why did you choose the time frame, the dates that you chose for the spring game?
Well, what I wanted to do, man, was for me, it's about a collective effort. I want us to be as involved and in tune with what the university has going on from a student standpoint. And with that, I reached out to student activities and made sure that, we were doing things in line with the Be Out Day. Be Out Day is a big thing. When I was a student athlete on campus, Be Out Day was part of what we did during the spring. And April 4th for us is Be Out Day. And that culminates with Orange and Green Week. So, you have a week full of activities that are going on in and around campus, sort of kind of like an open house type of situation, atmosphere for incoming freshmen that'll be on campus. So we wanted to incorporate the Orange and Green game with all that, so that the excitement about the program and where it's going, and everybody will be able to, witness firsthand what they have to look forward to going into the fall. So for me, man, it's a collective effort, from the athletic department, myself. I understand, and I think that's the biggest piece for me, man. I understand what it's supposed to look like on our campus. Myself, Coach Ward, and Coach Gordon were talking just earlier today. FAMU is a gold mine, man. We just got to be in the same mindset and preaching the same message, and that message has to be the same that our new AD, Mr. Davis, is talking about and preaching in terms of his initiative with the 2030. So for that, man, I'm excited about where we're going, and I'm excited to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to collectively bring FAMU back to where it once was.
Talk about what all in means. Why it's important.
It's important for everything, because it encompasses everything, not just from a football standpoint, but it encompasses everything in life, because the A stands for attitude, right? Every day you get up, the attitude is up to you, right? You got a choice of what kind of attitude you take into the day. And then that first L is little things. If you don't handle the little things, they turn into big things, and then you got big problems. So you want to make sure that small and minor details are things that you take care of. And then that first L is love. And it's tough. Sometimes you don't hear middle-aged black men telling each other and telling kids that they love them, but at the end of the day, that's what we have to do to help these kids understand that we're going to take care of them, we're going to protect them. But I tell them love ain't spelled L-O-V-E, right? Love is spelled T-I-M-E, because anything that you say you love, you're going to spend time with. So for us, it's about the time that we spend with these young men and making sure that they understand that we got their back and we're going to take care of them. Then that I stands for intelligence. We want to be smart about everything that we do, from an academic standpoint, starting the semester off right, making sure that you're going to get to know your professors, introducing yourself to your professors. So in case you do need a little help at the end of the semester, they know who you are and you ain't just going to them for the first time asking for, hey, some help. Can you open up a couple of assignments for me? Nah. Well, that ain't gonna happen if that's the first time you talking to a professor 9 weeks down the road. So let's be smart about how we do things. And then that end is for now, right? Why procrastinate with anything and everything when you can do it now? Because nobody knows what tomorrow holds, right? So we want to make sure we're proactive with everything that we do and do everything now that we can get done, because tomorrow something new might come up that you might need to handle. So with that being said, we want to take care of that Restore the Strike initiative and make sure that we're continuing to give with the Restore the Strike. We sort of kind of tailored off a little bit, with so many living alumni. I ain't gonna sit here and sugarcoat. I'm kind of disappointed that it's only 300 donors that are donating to the fund, right? We got over almost 100,000 living alumni in this country, and only 300 found it necessary to go ahead and help give to the initiative to get this program back where it needs to be. We got more than 300 living student athletes or football players that's a part of the alumni association. So we should have at least double that right now. So I'm looking forward to the university or the alumni continuing to give and helping push us forward with this athletic department and the football program.
Great. And Quinn, all these years we've known each other and talked. I didn't know your middle name was Fordham, man. Where does Fordham come from?
Man, you know what? For so long, I sort of kind of shied away from my second last name, because Fordham really is my mom's maiden name. Okay. And it's my grandfather's last name. So technically I don't have a middle name. I got two last names, it should be hyphenated. So for me, my grandfather passed away this past summer, and to honor him, everything that I wanted to do moving forward, I was going to make sure that his name was recognized in anything and everything that had to do with me. So for me, Quinn Fordham Gray is how I'll be identified from here to my days end, when the good Lord says it's time to come home. So for that, my grandfather's name will definitely be recognized for the rest of my life.
That is awesome, man. I'm glad I asked that question.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you asked that too. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Quinn Fordham Gray, Sr., our coach. Again, the QR code in the top right corner, that is the code. Scan it right now, Rattlers. We'll have it on all. Restore the Strike, all in for Quinn. You heard it right there. Let's get those numbers up. We talked about it last week. We just hit over the 300 donors. We need more. We need more donors. We need to kick that way up here so that we can get to that 250,000 goal. But again, that's just
we got 10 days.
10
we
days.
Got 10 days to get to
10
it.
10 days, Rattlers. So let's
now,
get to it.
As Coach said, now. Let's do it now.
That's right.
Now.
That's
exactly.
Right. Let's go all in.
Exactly. Coach, thank you for your time. I know we'll talk again. Spring practice starts when? When do you start again?
Spring practice, February 24th will be the first official spring practice. We'll practice the first week on Tuesday and Thursdays, and then the weeks after will be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then spring break will come, and then we'll go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday the week after spring break, and then we'll go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday the last week of, or the first week of April, to culminate and finish spring ball off.
Well said. And see, Coach, I resisted the urge to ask you about the opponents. Like everybody in the chat room wants to know about opponents and all that stuff.
We're done. We're officially done with the schedule.
I heard that. I heard.
We got contracts in hand, so I'm excited about the schedule. I'm excited about what we have to look forward to this season. And I think, within the next couple of days, with AD Davis getting things together from a standpoint of ticket pricing and all that good stuff, I think, we'll be ready to probably release that schedule and get things going from a ticketing standpoint, hopefully by the end of next week. So stay tuned for the release of the schedule. I think you all will be excited about it, because I know I am, with the opportunities that we'll have to go up against some quality opponents, even early on, to be honest with you. So without saying too much, I'm excited about it, and I'm looking forward to the challenge of the 2026 schedule and season.
Vince Club, can people watch practice?
Yeah. No question. Like I said in my press conference, it's an honor to play on Bragg Stadium, man. We'll be back on that practice field, making sure we get our work in on those practice fields, and then on Saturdays, we'll probably move around a little bit. I think one of the ideas that I stole from Coach Simmons some years ago was when I was at Albany. I took a couple of our scrimmages to the local high schools. So for me, to get out in the community and make sure that we're exposing ourselves to those young student athletes and making sure the community understands that they're a part of what we do and who we are is going to be big for me. So I'm looking forward to making sure we're doing continuing that and doing those things to help push us forward.
Okay.
Well said, Coach. All right, Coach. Thanks for your time this evening. Be well, be safe, and good luck out there on the recruiting trail, Coach.
Thanks, man. I appreciate y'all having me as always, man. And go Rattlers.
Go Rattlers.
Thank you.
All right. Well said. All right. There's that QR code right there. Restore to Strike. Hit that QR code, if you will. I love you, Steve Campbell. Well, we can cross one team off the list. I love it. I'm sitting there doing some investigation now. We got it. See, Mr. Campbell, he probably got the schedule. He know people. He knows people. So Campbell got it. Let's get ready for. I'm not even gonna go to a break because we got our other guests, and we appreciate our coaches for being patient with us. Joining us right here on the O&G Strike Zone, coming back to the show, is our head bowling coach, Coach Jeramy Williams, after a good weekend on the lanes with the Rattlers. Coach, thanks for your patience, Coach. First off, How you doing this evening?
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing great, Coach.
Doing great, Coach. We're doing great. A good weekend out on the bowling lanes. It's been a while for us to see FAMU bowling have some success in the SWAC roundup, which was in Texas. I don't know where Humble, Texas is. I haven't been there, if ever. But let's start and just kind of, before we get into talking about that, I remember in kind of looking at this team. It's a very young team. Tell us a little bit about this season's team and just the youth. You got some bowlers. They can bowl it, spin it rather. Tell us about this team, Coach.
Yes, I have one junior named Kennedy Richardson. She's the only junior, and the rest are all freshmen. They're still in the learning process, and they're still doing pretty good. We just, got to go through some learning difficulties, and they're doing pretty good. Last weekend was our best weekend. We started the year off with some of the hardest tournaments that I could find, so they could get used to the competition, and I think it paid off pretty well.
Nice. Go ahead, Kelvin.
So, Coach, talk about the challenge. You essentially building the program. You came in like the middle or beginning of the season last year. You had to rely on some walk-ons and some volunteers. and now you putting together your first team, and you're going into this season, and with having such a young team, I saw your comments on. I watched the YouTube when y'all bowl from time to time. Then I saw the SWAC did some interviews, and you talked about some of the challenges of having a young team and who coached them. Kind of talk about that again.
Well, I mean, like I said, they're very talented young ladies, and just trying to get them to the college level of bowling is kind of difficult because they're used to a more easier pattern on the lanes than what the NCAA puts down. So to get them to focus in on their targets instead of looking at the pins, that's been a challenge. And with the aids that I have, the training aids that I have in the bowling center, it's helping a lot. And they're beginning to buy into the program and willing to learn now. They know, they feel, they love to win. And then by this past weekend, don't get me wrong, we took a lot of L's over the last term because we was playing like the number one team in the nation, like the Jack Stakes and the Vanderbilts and Nebraskas. And playing those girls, they saw what they needed to do to get better. And I think that was a turning point. And now that we went to the SWAC and got some W's, that helped a lot. Because like last year, I wanted to do something different because the first thing I wanted to do was get enough young ladies. Make sure I have a full roster. And right now I have 10. And that's helping a whole lot, so I can sub and stuff like that. But they are coming along really good.
Okay.
As I'm looking at the SWAC results, the SWAC West roundup, how do you assess the field? Give us a thought. Who was the I hate to put it in terms of favorites, but who were the top returning teams? We had victories over Prairie View A&M, Alabama A&M, Grambling State, Jackson State, and Southern. So I think if I'm not mistaken, we kind of went 5-7 or 5-6?
6 and 8.
Okay, 6 and 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was definitely off, but not far. But how would you assess who are the top teams as you look at the SWAC coming into that tournament? And you mentioned that the team felt they see kind of where they need to be.
Right. The top team right now in our conference is Jackson State. We was able to beat them. Then after that, it's probably Alabama State. We did lose to them in most of the games we lost in the 7 and 8 frame. We was leading the matches, most matches, and we just lost it at the very end. And that really hurts when you're trying to move up in the rankings and trying to make the SWAC, because SWAC only takes the top 6 schools. And so right now we're sitting at 6. It's like a 3-way tie for 5th, I guess, or 6th. So we're thinking positive, and then we're gonna make the SWAC this year. And then another tough school was Texas Southern. We had them beat too going into the 8 frame, and the girls just lost focus a little bit and let's let it get away. And right now, working on trying to have that striking instinct. This way and put them away, and that's what we're working on now in practice.
Well, Coach, you tickle my heart by the fact that you said that we beat Jackson State, and Jackson State is the top team. So everything else, we're gonna have to talk that up in all kinds of ways. That might be a soundbite, Coach. I'm just letting you know now, because anytime we get a chance to beat them, I don't care if it's a game of spades. It's a happy day for Rattler Nation. I'm just gonna say that out loud. I'll deal with the email and the hate tweets. It's all good. This upcoming week, let's see. This weekend you're traveling now with the storm and everything happening. Are plans still in place to be a part of the event happening in Woodbridge, Virginia this weekend, coming up Friday through Sunday?
No, sir. They had to postpone that tournament.
Okay.
They didn't say why. I'm assuming that it's probably not enough participation, because most tournaments you want to have at least 10 schools to make it a decent tournament. So they probably didn't have enough participation. So the next tournament we will go to will be the East SWAC Roundup, which is February 5th through the 8th. And then there would decide who goes to the SWAC championship.
Okay. So the SWAC uses the roundups to determine the top 6, as you said.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so that is it a one day, or is it, because I'm looking at the schedule online and it's saying only February 5th? Is it a one day, or is it a weekend kind of thing?
It's a weekend tournament. Bowling starts 8:00 on Friday. We bowl 8:00 Friday morning till roughly 4:00 in the afternoon. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, and there's no lunch breaks or anything like that. So it's just straight bowling all day long. And most teams, I know my team, they're throwing those 15-pound balls all day long. So that's really tough.
Talk a little about the conditioning. As you mentioned that, my arm and fatigue kicked in. But talk about how you prepare your team. What type of conditioning and what are workouts like to get your team prepared to be able to deal with such a grueling day?
Well, we were going through the strength and conditioning in the weight room. Then I changed it up to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do and get the proper training and proper exercises. So we invested in some squat machines, and now our practices start 6 a.m, and it's basically all consequences. If you miss a spare, you got to do some consequences. You got to do some squats. If you throw a split, you got to run downside the lanes. So basically, our practice is all conditioning, the whole practice. And it gets their attention and makes them focus a little harder, even though they're getting tighter throughout the practice. It makes them focus harder on what they're doing. And we even got some ropes, the ropes that they use in the gym. So we got some of those that's part of their exercise regimen.
Okay. I appreciate you giving that insight. Go ahead, Kelvin.
Coach, I want you to talk about a little bit of the technicalities of the matches. How you go about lining up your bowlers based on the type of match it is, because I know you got Baker's match and the different kind of, and then with some you need an anchor bowler when the team is bowling. So kind of just talk about how you set up your lineup in terms of bowling.
Well, with the stronger teams, I try to put in the best 5 I got, and with the weaker teams, I try to put in the young ladies that really don't get a chance to bowl too often, and they give the starters a well-deserved rest. I try to make the lineup to beat everybody. I don't like losing. I really don't, and so we try to match up as best as we possibly can, and we've been doing pretty good with the SWAC roundup. We have the young lady from Qatar. She's averaging about 180. Brianna Buzan. And then we have some young ladies that's Alina Rodriguez is averaging like 170s. So they're coming along. They're coming along. I'm trying to get them to the 190 range. If I can get them to the 190 range, which is just a spare, couple of spares short of, then they will be right there. But majority of the time is simple spares, spares in the middle of the lane that they're using their big ball, their strike ball for. And of course, it curves at the last minute, and then they'll miss the spare. So we're in the process now trying to give them some spare balls and some more balls to help throughout the day, because, of course, the lanes start off early in the morning, but by late afternoon and early afternoon, late afternoon, they kind of dry out. And most of them, all they have is the big ball. So we got to kind of keep adjusting all day. And so the balls that don't break as much will be helpful in that.
How much those balls run?
Most of our equipment, they're running $225 a ball. $225 a ball. Sometimes you can catch some balls on sale for $100, $125, something like that. But this year, the athletic department let me spend to build the program, to rebuild the program. So we got new shoes, new uniforms. We have new bowling balls, but the big balls, the ones that cause a lot of damage, that the ones that break a lot, and new bags. And we the athletic department really treated me well. Okay. There's nothing that I've asked for that they said no, you can't get that. So, and then on top of that, the Gallimore lanes, they even allowed me to create a locker room in the back for the young ladies. Nice. to keep their stuff and uniforms, and it's really nice. It's really nice. As a matter of fact, right now Gallimore Lanes is going through some renovations. They've have some new ball returns. They're getting a brand new video wall that should be installed. Matter of fact, tomorrow morning they'll start installing the video wall. We got a new server for the automatic scoring. So there's a lot of positive things going on in the bowling center, and it's gonna be really wonderful, because right now I believe that we will be the only one in Tallahassee with that video wall. It's really nice.
Nice.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Yeah, definitely. Good young freshman team break in all the new stuff. So it's good to be a freshman coming in right now into the bowling program.
Definitely. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I plan on keeping all the young ladies around. I told them, all of them, that I would give them a year before I even go ahead and start looking for other young ladies to come in, because I know the transfer portal is jumping, and I'm getting emails daily about young ladies trying to come to FAMU. They heard about the program and the positive atmosphere at FAMU. Everybody loves FAMU. They want to come to FAMU.
Yeah.
And so it's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Do they have concessions? Or will they have concessions in the bowling center, or just specific to your student athlete nutrition?
No, sir. What we normally do is they have food in the bowling centers, but it's like chicken tenders and fries and sodas and stuff like that. I don't allow my team to partake in any of that. What we do is we go buy fruit trays, vegetable trays, and meat trays, Gatorade and stuff like that to nourish them throughout the day. Because as soon as you get a hamburger or some chicken strips, you're gonna want to go to sleep. So
know that all too well.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty nice setup. There's a lot of fans. Last weekend we did have an alumni stop by, and they really helped us out tremendously, because we was kind of down there a little bit, and as soon as they started having a strike and strike again, everybody woke up, and then we started striking. So we had a nice little time in Texas.
Good.
And
Good.
We do travel. We travel well. We travel well. We do a lot of flying. I wasn't used to that, but it's pretty nice flying from place to place, and anything. Most of our tournaments are over 6 hours, so we try to do the best with it. The safety first.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you just got to fly. When we go to the next meet in Alabama, we will take a charter bus though, just to see what that's like and try to cut down on the cost because our bag fees are really expensive. I have 9, 10 girls, and each girl got 6 bowling balls, and the bowling balls are 15 pounds each, and so that the fees add up. And so to try to curtail, try to save some money, we're gonna take a bus, see how that go, and hopefully hope for the best. And we travel really well. We do.
Well, here's the thought while we have you on the show, Coach, because that next meet that Coach mentioned is February 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's the 5th is on a Thursday. If you were on FAMUathletics.com, you'll see on the website it says the 5th, which is a Thursday. But as Coach said, the tournament starts on Friday the 6th. So I'm just thinking out loud here, Coach. If anybody listening on our show that would like to help, sponsor, support the team, especially with those nutrition and the things that you need on the road, how can they reach out to you? What's the best way if somebody wants to either get you something in Tallahassee or meet you in Huntsville? What's the best way to reach out to you so that they can support the program and support the young ladies, with that nutrition and those drinks and meals and anything like that?
Yes, you can just reach me by email at jeramy.williams@famu.edu. And last year, the alumni used to send snacks and nutrition stuff to the hotel, and it will be there waiting on us. This year, they haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm quite sure it's coming.
It's coming now, Coach.
Yeah,
it's coming
it's
now.
coming.
How are we talking about it? It's coming. It's coming. We know it's coming. It'll be there.
Yeah. So that helps a lot because they eat breakfast in the hotel and then they go to the tournaments, and it's all day thing, and there's no breaks. There's no breaks, and the outside tournaments, the NCAA tournaments, sometimes there's 24 schools there, and it's really crowded, and you can't leave. I mean, you just got to stay there and just deal with the crowd and noise and all that. It's really something to see if you've never seen it before. If you've never been to a bowling tournament, you should really try to stop by and see one.
Well, calling all of our Rattlers in the Huntsville, Alabama near area, Alabama Rattlers, February 6th through 6th, 7th, and 8th. The team will probably arrive on the 5th in Huntsville, but you can reach out to Coach and set the team up before they leave or when they get into Huntsville.
Yes,
Jeramy.williams@famu.edu.
What kind of snacks? What kind of snacks, Coach? You looking for? That they eat?
Last weekend we provided fruit trays, vegetable trays, and meat trays, and then we have Gatorade and water.
Okay.
All right,
Coach.
That's for 3 days now.
Okay.
Gotcha. No.
Yeah. It's for 3 days.
Coach,
right.
I gotta ask one question. This is just a me question here. Since I know you coaching and you're working and you're doing mechanical stuff in the lanes. You're a busy guy. How often do you get a chance to bowl, and what's your average?
I was hoping you didn't ask that. I just bowl for demonstration. I don't have time. I don't have time to join the league.
Right.
But if there's a demonstration that's needed, then I'll do the demonstration. I try to stay objective. I don't want to be that type of coach that said, well, if I can do it, you should be able to do it. So I just teach and coach. Right. And it's been working out pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Bryan, basically, he's a ringer.
I thank you. I noticed he never gave a number.
He's so good that he don't want to show off.
He don't want to give a number. I got you, Coach.
I mean, everybody said, "Oh, you just showing off." Yeah. So I just sit down and stop bowling. So.
Yeah. So Edwin asked. So we're talking about 10 people, a team of about 10. That's the traveling party. 10. How many coaches besides yourself? Anybody else other than you?
There's 2 coaches. Shamora Johnson and Nicole Williams, and we do stream live on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah, we've seen it,
and that's working out pretty good. We're just trying to get it better and better. We're trying to get this system going so we can have broadcast. I have a young lady now that's a student. We're working on trying to get that system up and operational. And as soon as we do that, then you'll hear a voice with the video. So right now we're just still trying to work on that. It's being done. I just got to figure out one more thing, and then we'll be ready to roll.
Well, I'll tell you, Coach, that's one of the things that we have. I mean, who was it? Edwin, he was talking. He said the SWAC bowling tournaments are off the chain. But the one thing I have said, if having the reason the commentary helps is because, some of us are novices. Like, we like bowling, but we don't really know what we're watching. So to have somebody there who, as we're watching these videos and these matches and these tournaments, who can kind of explain what it is we're seeing, that adds the value that is, wow. I mean, and then, we're able to find out about the young ladies on the team and just follow along that way. That's what really helps. So we can't wait for that added component to the videos, because that's when it'll really jump off. That's when the numbers will really jump, when you got the commentary behind it.
Yes, sir. And that's what we're working on. And we're really close on it. We're really close. I think we need like another 20 followers on YouTube to make it go live.
What?
So
wait a minute, are we talking to FAMU after? Are we talking which YouTube feed are we talking about?
FAMU women's bowling.
We got to get that going now. We'll get you that 20. That's ridiculous.
We're going to tweet that out.
We're going to tweet that out. I'm going to go find that right now and post that in the link. We'll get you those followers tonight, Coach.
I really appreciate it.
What'd you say, FAMU Women's Bowling?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna make sure to get that link up and see so I can find that and we can get that going here. Found it. Okay, boom. All right, there it is. FAMU Women's Bowling. All right, good. So hey, folks, I'm gonna put that up on the YouTube, not on YouTube. I'm gonna put it up here in the chat, and we need you all to go follow. I'm gonna put it up here in the chat. Now, keyword. Everything is now, right, Kelvin? That's the keyword now.
That's right.
There we go. Boom, Rattler Nation. There it is. There's the link right now. Jump into YouTube. Follow. Let's get those numbers up. We need that. We need those numbers up. Coach said he needed over 100, so let's get that going ASAP. Come on, Rattler Nation. Let's make it happen. I'm gonna subscribe too while I'm here. I'm gonna got about 3 different YouTube feeds I can jump on, Coach. So I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe myself. Bam. I
really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. So that'll be great. That'll be great.
And the young ladies would love to see all the Rattler Nations showing support. They will really enjoy that.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Got it.
Okay. FAMU women's bowling. Okay. All right, Coach. Congratulations on the success at the last tournament. Can't wait to see what the team does in Huntsville, Alabama, and we'll be following along. And again, anybody, if you have anything like, I don't know, gift cards, but if you want to coordinate with Coach, that's why we put that up, Hollow. That's why we're here, Hollow, to let people know. See, that's what we do. But Jeramy.Williams@famu.edu.
Yes, sir.
And there's how you see how Coach's name is spelled right there. Jeramy.Williams@famu.edu. You can coordinate with him how to get those nutrition or drinks. 3 days now. Remember, 3 days. Maybe if you want to help sponsor a day or something, work that out with Coach. All right. So let's get to work, Rattler Nation. And I got a feeling. I got a good feeling. We already beat Jackson State. I got a good feeling, Coach. I'm just telling you. You didn't say nothing, but you got me. I'm hooked. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Thank you for your time tonight. Thank you for your patience and waiting on us. And it was a pleasure talking to you again.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey, the pleasure was all mine. And strike again.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Things up. All right, Coach. Take care.
All right.
Woo. Good stuff, man. Good
information. Good information.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Learn something new every time. That's why we do this stuff, folks. That's why we do this. So we got a YouTube page that we're signed up for. Rattler Nation gonna get signed up for it. We found out how we can support the bowling program on these meets and these tournaments. And hey, we learned that that will soon be broadcasting and have the feed. So thank you guys. Thank you, chat. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for
as
support.
well as renovations to
the
Gallimore Lanes. Yeah,
man, I tell you,
I'm gonna go down and get some pictures.
Look, we need to figure out how to do like a bowling party, like an old school O&G bowling party, like, I don't know, during one of the home games or homecoming. I don't know, homecoming might be busy, but maybe for one of these upcoming home games, maybe we can set something out and do something, man,
Well, we know a lot of people in the athletic department. Let's see what
we do.
What we can do.
A few people. We know a few people.
Yeah.
Okay.
We may not be ringers on the bowling lane, but we ringers with FAMU athletics.
Man, I'll be lucky. I'll be happy if I can get over 100. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. If I get over 100, it's a good day. I know. Watch out. No lie. All right. Let's take a short break. Come back. Set the table for what's ahead. Big weekend coming up. We also got a little track and field news to talk about. Got a pair of track athletes of the week in the SWAC to talk about on the heels of our great conversation last week with Tony Austin and HBCU track and field. The Rattlers had a good week in South Carolina, right? Clemson, I think it was. Yeah.
Was it?
Something like that. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was Clemson.
Okay. I know on the other side.
There we go. That's all you had to say. I'm just trying to feed you. There you go. You just got to make the layup. All right. We'll be back right after these words. You're watching the O&G Strike Zone right here on the Black College Sports Network.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture and the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
Looking for the ultimate cultural experience of 2026? The Zora Outdoor Festival of the Arts is where you need to be. From January 30th to February 1st, Eatonville, Florida will come alive with incredible live performances. Immerse yourself in interactive art. Shop from over 80 vendors. Take a journey through history with a new virtual tour app. And enjoy family-friendly STEM activities. Plus, don't miss the unforgettable R&B tribute to the legends. This is more than a festival. It's a celebration of Eatonville's rich cultural heritage. Visit zorafestival.org for tickets.
When you're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
When it comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives teachers choice and flexibility, allowing them to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. It's time you take charge of your learning.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
Hello, I'm Billy Joe. I was the head football coach at FAMU from 1994 through the 2004 season, 11 years. I'm here to encourage you to join me in donating $250 or more to our new head football coaches program, Quinn Gray. He was a member of my FAMU program from 1997 to 2001, 5 years. Those 5 years were FAMU's golden years. We never lost to BCU during that time. We made the NCAA playoffs 5 straight years. And Quinn ran my Gulf Coast offense with precision and intelligence. We beat Troy State University twice and blew out Appalachian State on their own home field during those playoff runs. No HBCU football team has ever won 3 games in the NCAA playoffs in Division I AA. No SWAC team has ever won a game in the NCAA playoffs. Quinn will bring the golden years back to FAMU, but he needs your help, so donate generously of $250 or more to his FAMU football program. And go Rattlers! And strike! And strike! And strike again!
Welcome back to the O&G Strike Zone. Bryan and Kelvin here. You heard Coach Billy Joe. No SWAC team has ever won a playoff game.
Ever.
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 I love Coach Joe. That to me is the line of the whole promo right there. That's the line of the promo.
Yes, sir. That is Coach Joe.
Man, I love it, man. My kind of coach. Good stuff. I'm sitting here looking at those SWAC roundup stats. Jackson State went 12-2. Feels good knowing who one of those 2 losses was, too. Good stuff. I don't care. I told you what I'm gonna be. I told you what I'm gonna be in 2026. My coach said, I'm gonna tell you who I am not. I'm gonna tell you I am not gonna be shy about my pettiness this year. I'm just gonna be me. That's it. Come at me all you want. I'm just gonna be petty. That's it.
Hey, we play them in basketball tomorrow.
Oh,
women's.
Man. Oh my God. Oh, can't wait. Can't wait. You got me now wanting to talk about that here real quick. Thursday, right in the pit, in the snake pit. What's the theme? What do we say 2026 is about, Kelvin?
No losses in Lawson.
There you go. And it begins Thursday, 6:30 Eastern time on SWAC TV. Oh, by the way, hold on. Did y'all see this? I don't know if you did or not. And I think they made look, my girl Liv said somebody must be listening to the show, or they listen to Liv, one of the two. But look at this. Look at this.
Thank you, SWAC office. Good job. We appreciate it.
Shout out to the SWAC office for the nice, dope SWAC telling you all the game times and all the games that'll be on SWAC TV. Shout out to Breasia Robinson making an appearance there on the graphic. You know, when they put a Rattler on there, so you know we must be doing something right.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So you can see right there. Big games. Our good friend Charles Edmond, he'll be in Daytona Beach. Alcorn travels to Bethune. Jackson State comes to Tallahassee. Alabama A&M, they travel to Prairie View A&M. The Hornets of Alabama State travel to Texas Southern, and UAPB travel. Yeah, so
so tall man to be in Tallahassee on Saturday.
In Tallahassee on Saturday, yeah. I'd love to be able to
I have to go down and speak to him.
Yeah, I may try to catch him. I told him I may try to catch him in Daytona. It's easier for me to get to Daytona than Tally, but I'd love to try to, get up to see a doubleheader and kind of see my guy Charles Edmonds in town with Alcorn State. Just a little updates as I'm looking at the FAMU Athletics, always putting some great game previews together here. Shout out to Dennis and the communications department putting out the good info. So again, while the Rattlers continue to navigate challenging conference slate, the numbers reveal clear areas of competitive identity at the free throw line, glass, and then physicality. And FAMU has been making strides over the week. Some key some things here, some strengths here for, let's see, just kind of reading here the article, some of the team strengths right now. Elite free throw shooting as a team, 69.7% as a team, number one in the SWAC. I believe that's probably the overall number.
Right,
but
in our conference, right.
In the conference, we are who was it I was reading? Was that the men or the women's that I was reading earlier? That was the women's. I think it was the women's.
Yes.
Yeah, they're 80%. 80% in conference play right now, which again is top. So it doesn't surprise me that that we are kind of in that elite level overall. 13.8 free throws made per game, which is the second best in the conference. So that part of what we do has shown to be quite advantageous, especially in late in ball games, right? On the offensive glass, we average 13.6 offensive rebounds per game, which is fifth best in the conference. We have 2.3 blocks per game, which is top 10 in the league. And on the defensive end, 23.7 rebounds per game, fifth in the SWAC. So limiting opponents' second chances, that's what you can think of when you think of that stat right there. Tanaja Purifoy is the conference leader in made free throws right now, and she is shooting 82.7 at the line, which is top 100. Let's see. Looking at Jackson State. Jackson State coming in with a 2-3 record in conference play. We are 3-2 in conference play. Jackson State has one of the best assist to turnover ratios in the SWAC right now. They lead the league in 3-point shooting 32% and making 6.5 made threes per game. They scoring about 60.2 points a game. Let's see. I don't know. Rima, the last name I may get wrong here. Pegues. I hope I'm saying her last name right. My apologies. She is the SWAC leader in 3-pointers made with about 42, shooting about 2.47 threes per game. So I think for FAMU, it'll be interesting to see if our defense can A, force turnovers, and B, how well we defend the 3-point shot. Any other thoughts related to this contest against Jackson State?
No, I think the formula for this, our women's team to win is the same no matter who the opponent. To take the correct shots, minimize turnovers, and lock down on the defensive end, and we'll be in every game with it and make those free throws down the stretch. We should be in position.
In league play, I gave that number about their stats though, but in league play, Jackson State is actually in this league is really shooting a great number from the arc. I mean, for me, I would look at a great number being better than 35. 33%. I was thinking 35, but I was going to drop it to 33, but I was thinking 35. 35 is great. I mean, the best shooting team right now from the arc in the conference, in conference games, is shooting 32%. That's Southern. Jackson State is shooting at about 28% in league play. So they shoot a lot. They're actually, in terms of 3-point attempts, they're number 5. Again, we shoot the fewest. I think, and again, we talked about this earlier. We know who we are. We are not a 3-point shooting team.
Right.
We don't have to be. I don't think we have to be.
We're not at our best. And who takes it, right? So
yes.
Super Rats, of course, is a 3-point threat. Pure 4 at times is a 3-point threat. And then lately, what's the
April
the
Hooks?
wing?
Hooks?
No, the wing.
Swan?
Shania, it was a transfer.
Oh, McCarthy.
Yes,
Shania
McCarthy. She's shown recently, last couple of games actually, she's shown that she's capable of hitting those threes. So
right. And then the ladies against Alcorn State. That's the doubleheader day, men and women, 4:00 Eastern on SWAC TV. Alcorn comes in allowing the second most points in the SWAC, 63 points per game. Let me look. I was just looking at what Alcorn standings were here. From a standings perspective, Alcorn, tied for first, 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so there we go. So it would be a big boost, confidence boost, I think, to get the win Thursday against Jackson State. But this team, to me, Kelvin, has proven. I think they've proven enough to me to say they're not shy. They're not scared. They ain't gonna be scared about playing anybody.
They know who they are.
We know who we are now, And I think that's good. That's good enough because they start with defense. This team relies on its defense. And that's what's going to keep them ball games. And I think we do have, and Liv talked about this when we had her on a couple weeks ago. We actually do have size that a lot of teams in the SWAC don't. And if that size is productive and if the guards utilize our bigs, I think we create matchup problems for teams because we do have, I think legitimately, Kelvin, we've got 4 legit scorers. McCarthy, Jackson, Purifoy, Giles Jones. And then we've got a big in Robinson that most teams don't. And even the backup Robinson, Justice, Zana Justice, she's been playing pretty well. I mean, we're a matchup problem for a lot of teams.
When our effort and our execution is on point, we're a pretty tough team. Absolutely. When we focus.
Yeah. And as it relates to the men's game, of course, the men, they get the Alcorn State Saturday. And then on Monday, they will take on Jackson State's men. And just kind of, again, glancing over at the standings for the men, of course, we are a three-team tie right now for first place. Did you see, when you're sitting in first place and teams, when they start doing the super early NCAA tournament projections, did you notice who was in there?
Absolutely. Those mighty.
Yeah, I think Fox Sports College Basketball put out one of their early projections. Look up there and you saw FAMU, and then you saw Maryland Eastern Shore, who over in the MEAC, Maryland Eastern Shore having a historic start to the MEAC season. A lot of basketball left to play, but I mean, it's always a good feeling when you can start on a high note.
Jackson men have a tall order. Having to play the other 2 teams they tied with on the road this weekend.
Yeah. This is an interesting weekend because the top 3 teams all play each other in some capacity, right? Jackson State's they're on the Florida swing, so they got to play the 2 top teams, Bethune and FAMU. So Jackson can either find themselves sitting alone in first place, or but they do bring some challenges. Exactly, Steve. They bring that young man by the name of Mr. Ruffin.
Mr. Campbell, we played some pretty good teams with some scores. And as we've seen them Rattler defense, they ain't impressed.
In conference play, let me look at the team leaders. You guys are talking about Ruffin. Deshaun Ruffin in conference play is averaging 30.2 a game, which is tops in the league right now. He's got to deal with the league's top defensive point team, which is us, allowing 69 points a game. We're actually number 2 in terms of margin, which I think is one of those stats that AD Drew's kind of got me talking more about this margin. We're number 2 in the conference right now at 5.8. Offense to defense margin is what that is. We're just a smidge behind Bethune, who's right now number 1 in terms of margin. So, Jackson State averaging 86.2 a game in conference play. I mean, look, the key is what it is, right? You don't let Jackson State score anywhere close to their margin.
Well, you key in on Ruffin, make somebody else beat you, make shots.
Yeah. As it relates for Alcorn, Alcorn, they're 2-3 right now. Of course, some might argue
controversial loss.
Should be 3-2. Who knows? I mean, depending upon what side of the aisle you root for, you might say they could be or should be 3-2. So, be an interesting matchup. Just trying to see if I see anything in the stats that are be interesting. But we do know all games will be on SWAC TV as our very good broadcasting team of folks will be bringing you that game on SWAC TV. So, but hey, we want you to get in the building though, right, Kelvin? That's what we want. We want to see that. Describe the crowd that first home weekend, and I got a feeling, Kelvin, it might be a little bit more this weekend.
I thought it was a solid crowd. Now the game against Grambling on that Monday, it started off real slow. I was worried, but they ended up filling it in, and it was a vocal crowd. But we haven't had that just raucous environment yet. And mainly, I tell you, what's missing is the students. So I'm challenging the students. You all got to come out, man. I mean, it's been very, very thin in the student section. The last home games, as a matter of fact, they were begging the students to come sit and said it was the DJ and about 3 students. And then a few other students who were other locations trickled over, but still. We used to have at least, a few hundred every game, at least. So,
did you see the crowd at the UAPB game?
I did.
The students at UAPB, now, I guess it was one of their Greek nights, but they were
engaged.
They were engaged. They were the whole game, like from the women's game into the men's game. That was by far the best. Look, I mean, Bethune had a good crowd when we went there, but I don't think it was anything what I saw with UAPB. So right now, UAPB's crowd, leader in the clubhouse, best road crowd that I've seen. So like Kelvin said, we need our student government. We need the Greek letter organizations, call up the bros and the sorors and whoever, friends of, and man, let's get the student section rocking again like it used to be. I mean, if the 100 is going to be there, the 100's going to be there.
Right.
Let's get the students there.
Let's go, SGA. Do your thing.
Come on, SGA. Yeah, let's go. Be about it. Let's go. Let's be about it. All right, let's transition over to the track because we did have a meet this past
Birmingham, not Clemson.
Birmingham, yeah, Birmingham, Alabama. No, we weren't at Birmingham, Kelvin. At the Jimmy Carnes invite, was that in Birmingham?
That's what I'm looking at, and according to the site, it said Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay, yep, you're right. My bad. Let's see. Another good performance at the UAB Blazer Green and Gold invite. I think this is an old article, Kelvin. Hold on. Let me go back here. Dawkins and Burt earned SWAC Track Athlete of the Week honors after standout performances at the Jimmy Carnes invite. So Kirk Dawkins and Tara Burt were the SWAC track.
So the Jimmy Carnes was actually in Gainesville.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew it wasn't Birmingham.
It was in Gainesville.
Looking at it.
I don't know why they got Birmingham on there. Maybe because it came from the SWAC office, the announcement, and they just didn't take that off. But yeah, it was in Gainesville.
I'm gonna go to our friend TA from HBCU track and field. I know I retweeted some of the results that he was posting.
Man, we were competing against Florida State, Miami, UF, and some runners unattached who professionals.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I think Noah Lyles even was there and competed in one race.
Okay.
So yeah, it was
Here's some results.
Yeah.
Here's some results. Kira Copeland had a new season best in the women's 400 meter at 55.51. She is currently 5th. Also, Darian Lawrence still holding on to his #1 indoor season spot by winning the Jimmy Carnes invite in the men's 60 meter, tying his season best of 6.63. That's amazing.
Yes.
The ladies of the FAMU Tracks 4x400 team had a season best 3 minutes 47 seconds flat, moving them to the #3 spot this indoor season.
And coaches, I'm watching. I don't know if his little possum been played or if there's a couple of studs that ain't even running yet.
Leonard Mastari, still undefeated in the men's 60 meter hurdles. He had a personal record of 7.61. He's now ranked #2 in the entire collegiate indoor landscape and #1 in all of HBCU in the 60 meter hurdles. This coming from our friend at HBCU track and field. Let me see. Any other Rattlers? I think I got Josiah Gaynor had a new indoor personal record of 24 and 2.25 in the men's long jump. He's now #5 in the indoor season. And I think those were all of the updates from the Jimmy Carnes. But the SWAC track athletes of the week came from Kirk Dawkins in the men's 800 meters, as he ran a 1:53.01, 1 minute 53.01. He finished 2nd overall in the middle distance race, helping the Rattlers place 3 athletes inside the top 7 in that event. His time stood out as one of the fastest 800 meter marks recorded by a SWAC athlete this indoor season, right? So we're very familiar with Kirk, and he's already off to a good start. And then on the women's side, Tara Burt in the women's 800 meters and mile race. She's having a strong indoor season. She finished 3rd in the 800 meters, posting a time of 2:12.41, 2:12.47, in a highly competitive race. She followed that up with a top 10 performance in the mile, crossing the line in 4 minutes, 56 seconds, .23. So there you go. Good stuff. Congratulations to Kirk and Tara.
Congratulations. Great job, team.
Yeah, the next meet. Oh, this is why I was thinking Clemson, because this is the week they go to Clemson. Or not this weekend, next weekend. Next weekend they go to Clemson in the Bob Pollock Invitational. They'll be in Clemson January 30th through the 31st. So good stuff. Yeah. And again, shout out to TA HBCU track _field for giving us the updates, man. That's a great follow. If you guys aren't following on Twitter, you should be.
Yeah, he's on point.
Yeah, he's on point. Definitely. All right, Kelvin, it's getting about that time. What have we not mentioned? What have we forgot to mention? What should we have mentioned?
Softball schedule was released.
Yeah. It was. I thought I saw that. I'm glad you caught that up. Anything that caught your eye there with the schedule as you saw it?
I was pleased with the balance of the schedule. I think with what we have returning and what we added and how we scheduled, we don't have as many. We still play some Power 4 schools, but we don't have as many. Like our first tournament is at Campbell, and Howard will be there, and Tennessee Tech. Then we play Marshall and Bowie State, Cobb, Hampton, and at HBCU Invitation. The only Power 4 we play is Florida State, and that's later at the end of February. Then we play like Central Florida before we get into SWAC play. But we play a lot of mid teams, and I'm thinking with what we got returning and what we added, we may be able to pile up some out-of-conference wins. So I'm really excited to see what it look like and how it comes together.
I'm a little sad that I don't see more home games according to the schedule that I'm seeing here. There's one
they're doing a lot of tournaments in preseason.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, a lot of neutral site tournaments. We'll have to get the particulars on. I think they're playing back in that event in Atlanta.
Yeah, they play in the HBCU Invitation from February 13th through the 15th.
Right. So there you see they'll play teams like Bowie State, Coppin State, Hampton, North Carolina Central, South Carolina State. So those are the 5 schools that they're scheduled to play. Incarnate Word is a neutral site game, but I think that is made at Florida International, FIU, because it kind of looks like it's around that same weekend. They play over at Florida State, you mentioned. I think they come down to UCF at March 1.
They do. Yep.
Okay, that's good. I'm going to try to get to that. That's in the backyard. I got to be there for that unless I'm shouldn't be doing anything.
Yeah, they play a tournament February 27th through the 1st. Yeah.
Oh, that's a tournament. Okay, so that's right in the backyard. So I got to be there for that. Okay.
And then we start conference plays at Jackson right off the bat.
Couldn't be any better.
I agree.
Couldn't ask for a better start. I hate that it's on the road though, but whatever.
I'm looking at the SWAC schedule. Yeah, we play everybody on the road early except Valley. We start off at Jackson, we play Valley at home, then we go to Alabama State, and then we go to Bethune. We ready.
I see coach has got a return match to Auburn. I remember she told us that. And back to the alma mater on March 23rd.
Yep.
I'm sure that'll be an emotional game.
Yeah. Nice schedule, man. Nice schedule. Regional friendly.
It is. I still wish there were more home games, but whatever. It is what it is. But when we get a chance to talk, when we talk to coach prior to the start of the season, maybe that'll be we can ask her about the scheduling, decisions. We'll go from there.
Yeah.
But there's your schedule.
Coach Shoup and Coach Bill, Coach Nikki, and Coach Rice. You can look for them over the next couple of weeks.
There you go. And I'm sure we'll see the baseball schedule here soon. I've seen other schools start dropping their baseball schedules and everything. So I would imagine sometime next week we'll see the baseball schedule. It's already kind of been rumored and talked about.
It's on the site now. I thought I saw it today.
What? Saw what today?
The baseball schedule is posted now.
Baseball schedule's up?
Yep.
Oh, well, there it is. All right. Opening the season at home on February 13th against Eastern Illinois. 4-game, 3 days. Valentine's weekend. And then we play down in the Jackie Robinson in Vero. Ooh. Leading off against Bethune on February 21st. Oh, that's interesting.
And then play Southern.
Wow. Okay. They'll be in Macon, Georgia, February 24th and 5th. Midweek games against Mercer. Then back home for a stand to close out February against Central Connecticut State.
You got now baseball just out. They got a lot of home games.
Yeah,
at the beginning.
Yeah, they got another series. They got a midweek against Florida on March 4th. Got a 3-game series against Villanova
at home
March 6th through the 8th.
Then SWAC play.
You notice who we opened the SWAC play with, the team that we did not play last year.
Yep.
Southern. That's interesting. So we'll go through. I'm just going to quickly scan and see who's the one SWAC school that we don't play. See if I can figure it out real quick. Alabama A&M.
Yep.
All right. So that's the one SWAC school we don't play this year, Alabama A&M. Okay. I ain't mad at it.
No, we do play Alabama A&M.
You sure?
Yeah, right at the end, up in Huntsville.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So then it's let me see. No, let's see. We got Prairie View, we got Alabama State, we got Jackson, we got Southern. Man, who is it? Alabama State, Bethune, Jackson, Valley, Grambling, Southern,
Pine Bluff,
Alabama A&M.
I
thought I saw Pine Bluff.
Yeah, we play Pine Bluff.
Yeah, who do we not play? I'm stumped now. I don't know. I have to do my. Hold on, let me look at the SWAC. I'm looking at the
Alcorn.
SWAC. Yeah, well, okay, there it is. Alcorn.
I
don't know. Does Alcorn still have a baseball program? No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
No, that might be a legit question.
I know they were a little down last year. So I don't know if that's doing us any favors. Good question. I think it's just a cycle, Edwin. Last year we didn't play Southern, and that's who we get first series of the season. So, I don't know. Interesting. Good question, though. All right. Okay. Well, I think that about covers it for us, Kelvin. I think we covered all the bases, touched all the bases. Make sure to we apologize for not being able to bring you Mr. Ansley. We'll work on the connection so that hopefully we can get him on next week and kind of maybe work through and find out more, obviously. And because definitely I know we'd love to hear from him. But again, you guys have been great with your engagement today. We appreciate all of you. Again, if you're just tuning in and you didn't know, let's hit that QR code. That's the All-In Restore to Strike campaign. Get the numbers up. We want to see the number of donors rise, and definitely want to see the money. I think I read 170. I think we'd hit 170 apparently. I heard somebody said that in the chat. So that's good. But again, I don't think we're quite at 400 donors. We're not even at 350 last I checked. So maybe we are after tonight's show. We had Coach Quinn Fordham Gray. So it's good to have Coach on. Good to have Coach Jeramy Williams join the show. A lot of good stuff here for you guys. And so please take all this goodness and run and tell a friend, tell your family, and wherever you choose to use social media out there, please make sure to share our show, whether you're sharing it on Facebook or YouTube. Maybe you're one of the few folks who listen to the show on replay or on the podcast. Hello to all the folks watching or listening on the BCSN Pod Zone. All of you, go download the BCSN Pod Zone. All of the podcast shows that are part of the Black College Sports Network available on your favorite podcast platforms: Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and more. BCSN Pod Zone. Download, rate, review, subscribe. All right. That's going to do it for tonight. I'm toast. For Kelvin Rozier, Marcus Green couldn't join us tonight, but hopefully Marcus will be available next week. I'm Bryan Fulford.
We gotta get on recruiting.
Yeah.
Gotta talk about those commits and those transfers portal. Yeah.
Exactly.
We got y'all next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch VP John Davis and his performance or his interview or his conversation at the 220 Club from earlier in the day. Encourage you to do the same. And that's our next get. Hopefully one of these days we'll get VPIA John Davis to come join the show.
Oh,
yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah.
We feel good. Feel good about
Yep.
it. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. Thank you for subscribing and being a part of this journey. Rattler Nation, be well. Have a great week. Let's go, Lady Rattlers. Let's pack the pit, and let's beat Jackson State like our bowling team did. Good night, Rattlers. Peace out. I couldn't resist.
Yeah, they're going to be in your DMs.
That's all right. Come on. You know where to find me. Peace out.
Oh,